So in this video, let us see how the students can be admitted in Fedena. So there are three common ways in which an institute can record the student details in Fedena. The first one would be filling in the details of the students and the guardians using the admission form that is available in Fedena. The second one would be the online registration where the student or the parent will be given a URL which they can visit online, and they will get to choose the course for which they want to apply or register for. And then they will be asked to enter some basic details about the personal details of the student and the parents, the qualifications of the students, etc. That form can be customized by the administrator. And then after setting up the application and after the student has registered, the administrator can allocate the student based on his qualifications or any other criteria set by the institute. The third way of admitting the student is in bulk. So let's say you have around 1,000 students visit the custom import module. You can get a template which is a student admission template. Fill that in with very common details about the information of the student, and then you can just feed that information into Fedena, and all the students will be present. So in this video, let us concentrate on how you can admit the students if you want to do it by filling in the admission form. For other ways of admitting student, which can be by the online registration module, or which can be by bulk importing of students, we have other videos which you can search in our knowledge repository, which is support.fedena.com. So let me tell you how you can see the admission form. You need to go to academics and students, and here you see student admission. So I can do this as an administrator or as an employee who I have given the privilege of admitting students. So right now I go to academics, students, student admission. On clicking on the student admission, a form will open up. This form is asking the basic details about the student. For example, the admission date of the student into the institute, the name of the student, very basic details about the personal details of the student. And so let us fill an example form here. So once you open this admission form, you will see an admission number will automatically appear if this is not the first admission that you're doing. So this admission number is an increment form of the previous admission number that you have given when you admitted any student. If you've not admitted any student in Fedena, this will come as blank. So you can choose to give any admission number that you want to. For example, let's say that I want to keep this format, name of my institute, and slash the, let's say, student denoting S, and then saying 1. So this will increment for the next student. It will be AB/S/2. Now this is a setting that you can control when you go to general settings. So let me show you that. So here, general settings, and you can choose to whether you want to auto increment it for whenever you open this form or not. Even if it is auto incremented like it was for me, I am able to edit it. So you can choose to let it be there and then edit it as per how you want it. Otherwise, you can disable that setting when you go to general settings. So here let me open that general settings and show you how you can disable or enable that option. Let's see here. Now I have this option of enable auto increment of student admission number. It is by default enabled. If you do not want the admission number to appear automatically when you visit the admission form, you can choose to disable it and update the settings. And now you see the admission number does not automatically appear. You can give special characters in the admission number, which will be slash, hyphen, or underscore. So these three special characters are allowed. And then let me enter sample information for the student. So here I can fill in the details of the student. I can relate the student to any existing student as a sibling. So in that case, I can search by the name or the admission number of an existing student and save that. So what this attaching the sibling or information will do is that the parent details of the sibling with whom you attached will be copied to this existing student or to this new student that you're adding. So if I log in as a parent now, I will have two profiles of this student to check. One will be this existing student, which was Alice, which I have attached the student profile to as a sibling. And the other will be this new student who I am adding and have made that profile as a detail. Here I can fill in the previous education details of the student that I'm currently entering. For example, I can give the name of the school in which he has studied, the year in which the student has completed the school, the course details. So for which year, for which course has he completed the year. So here we mentioned, for example, let's say grade 3 and the total marks that the student has obtained. Also detailed marks for each subject. For example, here I can mention the subject and the marks that the student has obtained can be entered. And then I can save this information. So it will be saved in the profile of the student. Then additional details. So before we start adding students in Fedena, we have to do some pre-settings. So we go into the settings and we have here additional details field, which is add admission additional details. And you can see I've created two fields here, which is accommodation and hobbies. And the same appear in the form under additional details. So I can choose accommodation type. So let's say the student intend to stay at IAT hostel, which I can choose, and I can mention some hobbies here. And I can save this. So these additional details can be created. These are custom fields that you're creating, which will appear in the admission form. And now you can see that the student record is saved. So it shows the admission number, it shows the name of the student, the grade and the batch of the student, and it shows other information as entered by you. Also, it adds on the parent information or the guardian information as per the sibling information that you have associated with this student. So we've associated Alice to be the sibling of this student, and Alice also has the same parent information, and that is why it is copied for this student. This student's parent will be PS12. So he can log in to Fedena using the credentials PS12 and the password PS12123 for the very first time. So that is about the immediate contact, the guardian. And this student will be able to log in using Fedena using this admission number, and the password would be this admission number followed by 123. So here, let me show you how the student can log in after he gets admitted. The student also gets email and SMS about the admission if that setting is done by the administrator. So here I am using the username to be the admission number for the student, and the password is same as the admission number and 123. So now I log in here and I can see the very basic information. I can check the dashlets, and here I can see the examination, the timetable. All this is visible on my dashboard. I can check my academics, that is the examination reports, the attendance. Then I can check the academic calendar as set by the administrator, the events and the holidays. I can check the fees, the unpaid fees or the paid fees. If online payment is enabled, I will also be able to pay, or the parent can also pay using this module. I can check my profile information as entered by the administrator. Any news that is published by the administrator can be checked here, and the timetable for my batch. I can see. So in the same way, I have assignment. So I can submit assignments, check the assignments that I've got for different subjects. I can check library books which are available. And then I can see the discipline issues that I'm involved in, be a participant in online examination. And also I can check out placement if it is applicable to me. Then under collaboration, I will be able to participate in blogging. I can be a part of discussion group. I can share documents. Then form submissions, any forms that are shared with me, any feedback form or a public form or even a private form that the administration has shared, I can fill that up. I can check out the pictures that are uploaded in the gallery module. I can have Google Docs. I can sync the Google Docs in Fedena. I'll be able to upload them, download the existing ones. Then again, I can check the news module. I can participate in polling, and I can check the tasks that are assigned to me and update the tasks accordingly. So this is all about how the student can log in, how you can admit the student as an administrator or as an employee who has admission privilege. So this is about student admission using the admission form. Check out other videos which are applicant registration, where the student can register online and it can be approved or discarded by the administrator, and the bulk upload of data, of student data, which is the custom import module in Fedena.